Hello, and welcome to this Thrive Today series on how do the relational skills address my biggest problems. My name is Christy Harang. I'm part of the Thrive Today team, and in this series we're taking a look at some of the biggest challenges that we might face in life and how the relational skills can help us with those challenges. In this segment, we're having a conversation with Chris Corsi on the topic of our spirituality, and we're taking a look at how the relational skills can help us in our relationships with Jesus. We hope that you enjoy this segment. So Chris, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Christy. I'm excited for our time together today.
Yeah, so this is just a very short segment. These series are going to be little short 10-minute videos just to give you a taste of how the skills address some of these issues. And so, Chris, as we talk about our relationship with Jesus, I think especially right in our Western world where we tend to be pretty left-brained, oftentimes, again, we know he's there, like logically, but we don't feel it. We don't feel his presence, his closeness. So can the relational skills help us to actually feel him experientially?
You know, I'm excited you asked this question because this is one of those questions that really hits home for me. When I first went into ministry in the 90s, I encountered people who, well, appearances, they could hear from God and there was this amazing fruit in their lives. And, I always wondered, why can't I hear from God? On the one hand, I thought, well, maybe it's because I'm not a good enough Christian, or because I was raised here in the West. Maybe it's that I don't understand enough information. Maybe I just need to keep studying and memorizing and working and working and working. And maybe one day, if I do enough work and if I do enough good things, that God will talk to me. Because you see, as many of us in the West know, we know the Bible, and we know that the Bible says, Jesus clearly says he's with us. He'll never leave us nor forsake us. This God with us is a thread woven throughout the pages of the Bible. But there is a certain level of despair when I just tried. I would sit down and say, okay, God, you've got my attention. I'm here. My Bible's open. I've got my cup of coffee over here. I even got some praise music in the background. Come on, God, let's do this. And I can remember day after day just feeling this despair and hopelessness. And that's part of why I'm so passionate about this topic, because a lot of people can relate to that. They want that life-giving connection and relationship with Jesus where they can hear him and sense him and hold on to his peace. And why I'm excited about relational skills is basically when I was trying to start out listening to God, I didn't have a lot of these relational skills. For one, I couldn't really quiet. So it was hard for me to quiet. And for another, I wasn't really relational. One of the things I talk about in my book, The Joy Switch, is how important it is that we are in our relational sweet spot when we try to connect with Emmanuel. And I just give a shout out to a lot of our amazing colleagues like Jim Wilder, Carl Lehman, and more, our friends at Alive and Well. There's just a whole team of people that have really been unpacking, well, how do we best hear from God? And you know what, with relational skills, a little bit goes a long way. So we can grow joy and with people, we can grow joy with Emmanuel. We can rest, we can get relational. We can practice appreciation, which kind of helps to prepare us for interacting with Emmanuel. We can learn to see some of what God sees. And so I've helped people for, as you said, going on 25 years here, who were convinced they could not hear from God for lots of reasons that felt true to them. But with a little bit of practice, with just some foundational relational skills, watching them be able to connect with Jesus for the first time in their lives is, I think, one of the best things that's happened in my life, is seeing what happens when people encounter the living God. It's real, it's genuine, it's joyful, it's peaceful. They feel that the Good Shepherd is right there with them. Christy, that to me, that's a message of hope and joy and excitement for people.
Oh, that's so good. And I've experienced it firsthand the difference of using the skills and how they've helped me to connect with Jesus, and same helped other people be able to connect with Jesus. And there really is just about nothing better. It's so special. So yeah, if you are someone who has felt stuck in being able to really encounter and experience and feel like he's there, we just want to share there is hope. And it's not a pipe dream hope. There is legitimate, real hope of super simple, practical things you can do through building these relational skills to help you connect with Jesus. Chris, just a real short snippet on this one, but any ways that the skills help us with actually transformation and becoming more like him? Because I think a lot of us, again, we feel stuck and like we're not growing, and we want to, but we don't know how.
Yeah, you know what? What I like about this approach, and I've learned this from Jim Wilder, is learning to hear and connect with God is a trainable skill. So you don't have to be Superman or Wonder Woman to be able to do this. You don't have to be perfect or wait till you're perfect. You know what? This is a learnable skill. So with practice, we can learn this. And what's fun about this is that when you bond with someone, that deeply impacts your character. So when you bond with Jesus, that's going to deeply impact your character. So what I've learned over the years when I've been able to practice what we call an Emmanuel lifestyle, you know what? Jesus rubs off on us. When we interact with the author of his word, so we read the word and we interact with the author of the word, you know what? He rubs off on us. And that means that Jesus shows up, his qualities and his character show up in our character. We start talking maybe like Jesus would talk. We start thinking like Jesus would. And we start living and behaving as Jesus would. And I have to say, one of the very exciting things about learning relational skills is ultimately developing Christ-like character. So I don't just talk like Jesus would talk. I actually live and reflect Jesus in my words, my actions, my relationships. And that peace, living with God's peace and being able to share that peace and that joy relationally, Jesus rubs off on us, and then we can share that good news and that good stuff with the world. And it's possible. And I just want to also encourage our friends today that no matter where you are on your journey here, the joy that comes with and the transformation that comes with being able to interact with the living God, it is truly life-changing.
That's so good. And it makes it clear that challenge number 2 of growing and becoming more like him is linked, inseparable from challenge 1, which is actually experiencing him and connecting with him. So thank you for that, Chris. So we just want to give you a couple a couple simple resources to help you in your growth and development in your relationship with Jesus by developing the relational skills. So Chris has his book, The Joy Switch. You can find that at thrivetoday.org, Our Works. This is a short, easy read. It's got exercises in it. And I think there'll be some exercises too. And the last chapter talks about our relationship with Jesus, our spirituality, right, Chris? So there'll be some guidance for you there. And then we also have our online courses. You can find them here at Thinkific or also at thrivetoday.org/online courses. But Chris has developed some fabulous practice courses that will be where he will guide you through exercises to help you develop your relational skills. And what's cool is that in our habit builder courses, these are our biggest courses, and you'll see we have a variety of course size. But the habit builders is at the third section, in each course specifically focuses on how this relational skill can help you in your spiritual walk. So anything else you would add on that, Chris?
Yeah, I like these courses because really they're practical, and you're exactly right. There's, opportunities to not only learn and deepen your skills, but to be able to practice them with Emmanuel and deepen them with Jesus. So it's a very good practical resource that I think will be impactful.
Yeah. These are fabulous because they're simple, they're not super hard, and they will change your life. So the relational skills will make a massive impact in your relationship with Jesus. So we hope that you will check out these resources, and we look forward to seeing you at a Thrive Today event or serving you in any way we can. So hope you have a great day and thank you for joining us for this short segment.